Hey guys, welcome to Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube. We're in January 2023 and I wanted to kick off the year and talk about our Make-A-Wish fundraisers. So I thought we could do a trunk show showing this year's Make-A-Wish cross stitch and then the previous three, because this is our fourth year. So we've raised $10,000 this year so far. We're hoping to get to $100,000. Mark Dunn from Moda Fabrics is going to donate $10,000, and then Kevin and I will donate $20,000. And in a little bit, you're going to get to see a Make-A-Wish grant that we were able to grant on Monday of this week. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this year's charity and then the previous year's charity. And what I want you to notice is you'll notice different colors of cloth, different colors of thread. So we're always trying to change it up. Some are square, some are rectangle. We try to make them different each year so that you'll want to keep stitching them, because we want you to donate to our Make-A-Wish campaign. So this is this year's 2023. It is called Bountiful, and it was designed by Corey Yoder. And so we stitched this on 14 count pale gray gingham. And then this right here is part of her fabric collection that's called Sun Washed. So that won't come out until like February, but we used her fabric, and then Priscilla put it in this Hobby Lobby frame, and all that information is on the free pattern that will be coming out in April. So this starts in March, and it ends in August. And what we'll do is we will have links to the pattern on our blog and also on our website on the Friday of each month. So this one right here is Bountiful. So if you're going to stitch with us, you can use any Aida you want, or you can use linen. So the 14 count pale gray gingham also comes in an even weave 28 count from Fabric Flair. And then we have the bag that matches. The bag is pretty big, so we made it so it would work for all kinds of crafts. Like you could even take it to the beach because it's so big. And then we have our thread boxes, and we have, if you buy the thread set, you get the box and all of the thread to make the top. The DMC conversions will come out to everyone once we hit $20,000, because we do set goals, and so that we can raise more and more money. And the stitch count on this is 131 by 131. So it comes out about 9 3/8, 9 1/2, something like that. And thank you to Priscilla Blaine of Stitching with the Housewives for finishing it for us. So we hope you join us starting in March, and we'll be showing this over and over. But what I'm going to do is it's going to be broken up in sections. So the border will be part one, and then we kind of go inside in a circular fashion. So it'll definitely be doable because we've broken it up over such a big part, but it's really cute. These are baskets. Corey Yoder designed the quilt, and on all of these what we do is we design the quilt first, and then we try to have the cross stitch be a representation of the quilt, but not exactly the quilt, but so that if it was in the same room it would look really cute together, so you could decorate with it. So this one, 2023, please donate to our Make-A-Wish page that we have linked, and it's called Bountiful. Now the 2022 was called Heartfelt. It was designed also by Corey Yoder, and this one was stitched also on pale gray gingham. This time we stitched on Aurifloss. And the Aurifloss thread box is actually on sale today for 45% off. So if you're looking for some Aurifil that has, you know, reds, pinks, greens, or you want to stitch it, this is on sale. And then once this sells out, we're not going to have any more because we make those for the event. We just have too many left over. But to go with this, we also have a little coupon code for you, that if you put in the coupon code that is on the screen and you spend $30 of shippable items, this will automatically get added to your cart with the code. Well, the code will put this in your cart for you. So this is about $27. So you would have to buy, like if you wanted to buy both, you'd have to buy this plus one other thing to get this. So this and all the others I'm going to show you that are charity are completely free. You can find them on the Jolly Jabber blog. You can also find them on the Fat Quarter Shop website. And if you go back and stitch one of the previous years, we would love for you to donate to our Make-A-Wish campaign for this year. So this one is heartfelt. 2021 was Serendipity. Oh, and Priscilla finished all of these for us, so thank you to Priscilla on all of these, actually. So Serendipity was designed by Jocelyn. We stitched this on 14 count navy Witchell, and the thread we used this year was Weeks Dye Works. And we still have thread packs of the Weeks Dye Works, which is what this was stitched on. And we have some DMC packs, but on these, when they're gone, because we're not going to keep restocking something from that long ago. And we do have a very limited stock on the Serendipity needle minders, and again, they're almost gone. And then this one, I really liked when we did this one because I thought it was really fun to stitch on navy, and I liked the idea of stitching in rows. And I think this one's great. I think you can really change this one up. Like you could make it Americana. You could make it definitely, because of the way the blocks are, you could totally easily change it, and there's only like 8 threads. So you could just pick 8 threads you like, convert it, and then again, if you stitch, please donate to our Make-A-Wish campaign. And then these right here are older Core Yoder fabrics. And then our very first cross-stitch charity is called Bloomtopia. And this one is also free. This one was broken out into 12 parts, again, completely free. This was designed by Jocelyn, and we stitched on 25 count pewter. And this one, we also used our floss. And this one, I think we have like 4 packs left of the thread. And so this was our first one. And then this right here is also a Core Yoder fabric. So really fun. Okay, so now that we keep asking you to donate to Make-A-Wish, I wanted to actually show you that this Monday we got to grant a wish, and we actually got to do it here at Fat Quarter Shop. Her name is Adelaide, and we're going to show you some photos. She's 15. She has lymphoma. She's now in remission, or it's gone. So she started her treatment in COVID, and she is a creative 15-year-old. She likes ballet, singing, and reading. She also likes to cook, bake, and have picnics. And what she does is really fun, is she gets on FaceTime with her grandmother who lives in Georgia, and they sew together. And what she does is she wants, her wish was to get a shopping spree for crafts, fabric, calligraphy pins, that kind of thing. And what she does is she sews pillowcases and donates them to Dell Children's Hospital. And she also donates blankets to that hospital for family and friends who have babies there in the NICU. And so her goal is to give back. So everything she got, she is going to be sewing to give away. Everything is to, her goal was for everything just to give back. And you can see her and her mom have matching dresses. The grandmother made them. And yeah, I'm so excited. Her wish is to give back through sewing and using her crafting skills. She also has a dog named Spats. And she carefully selected everything. So kind of wanted to talk about that picture right there. Is what we did is we got she loves pink. So we just went through and tried to get as many sewing supplies that would be useful. So rotary cutter, pins, any seam rippers, rulers, thread. We did some 3/4 yard cuts that you can see on the right side right there. We gave her some older sew sampler boxes. She gave her one of the Cupid boxes. Those, by the way, are almost sold out. We gave her some books. And she's a sewer, so she doesn't really know a lot about quilting. So we were kind of helping her. And then we worked with All Brands to get her a sewing machine. So All Brands donated the sewing machine. Oh, and then if you go back to those bolts, so what she did is we brought her some bolts and she kind of picked what she liked, what she didn't, and then she tried to make sure she got a mix of like girl and boy fabric. So just to show you, what you do donate actually does go back and does actually benefit someone in the Austin area. So that was really, really, really exciting. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. We try to grant 10 wishes a year. Some of them, they don't want their face to be shown, or they don't want, you know, to be publicized. So there is a lot that goes on behind the scenes that y'all never hear about, but I wanted y'all to just see so you could know that we are really trying to make a difference in our community. Okay, so now we're gonna move to the Chicken Club. And we're releasing today, we're kind of debuting number 2. So this is Cornelius from month 1. And this is our debut of Florence. And so if you're in the club, you will automatically get this one in February. So we have a ton of people in the club, so thank you to everybody who has joined. These are gonna look really cute if Lori puts them all on one wall, because she changed the rickrack each time and the fabric each time. And the frame she used is on the back. So this one is just facing a different direction. They both have chicks, and we finally were able to yesterday make more Chicken Club thread packs. And so just so you know, on the thread packs, we make them as we receive the DMC. So the Chicken Club, we made some yesterday. The temperature chart, we made some yesterday. And then as they sell out, I order more and make more. The thread has still not arrived for the My Christmas list. I'm still waiting for it. And then here is a needle minder that goes with the Chicken Club, and there's only going to be one. We got a lot of questions. There's only one. And then this is the Gingham Love Thread Bling with Lori's Farm Fresh floss drops. So this is going to be part of our giveaway today, so we'll talk about that later. And then this is barley. And I did see a question from Pamela Emery about, if you buy the kit, does that money go to the charity? Kevin and I donate $20,000 every year. That is far more than what we make on any sale of any quilt kit. So we just donate more. That's what we can afford. And so if you have any questions on the Chicken Club, let me know. Of course, this is designed by Lori Holt, and thank you to Colleen Holt of Stitching with the Sisterlies, who stitched all these samples. And so what we're going to do with this, we talked to Lori yesterday, about the middle of the month, we'll show you the next month, or mid to late, we'll show you the next month, so you can get, I don't know, like geared up. Like this is barley 25 count, but what if you saw a chicken and you wanted to change the fabric? If you watch the FlossTube, you'll get a sneak peek, so that if you want to, you would have the rickrack, whatever you want, you would at least have time to have seen it. And this is a standalone pattern now. And then this one will ship to club members February 5th. And then on the 15th, you can buy it as an individual pattern. And oh, it's a frame from Amazon. And I wanted to show you that it can stand up if you want. It can stand up, but it also has the little hook, so you could put it on the wall easily. And it's an affordable frame because it's from Amazon. So that is Chicken Club. And we have some pictures of stitchers who are sewing along. So this is Kyram Corey, her second finish of 2023. Pattern is the first in Lori Holt's Chicken Club. Not sure how I'm going to fully finish yet. She stitched on 14 count Rustico Ada using called for DMC, and that fabric looks great. I love the like that texture or the nubbing, or I love that fabric. That's a great fabric choice. And then this is Treehouse Quilts. I am a farm girl at heart. I love this sweet chicken cross stitch pattern by B. Lori 1. Cornelius Chicken Club #1 cross stitch pattern. I can't wait to stitch next month's chicken. And then that's a cute project bag. Really cute. And oh, I love how she put the thread drops on the ring. That's really cute. And then Sweet Sue Ellen, look at what came today. I was excited to have a start. And that's a really cute bag right there. That is, I can't think of the name of it, but those are bags sold on Etsy. And I can't think of the name who does those. And then Rusty Hinge Stitchery Progress. Really loving my color changes. They are turning out to be the perfect match for the look in our house. Loving the stitch and can't wait to finish and get him on the wall. That's super cute. And then what I think is great is always remember, we always make thread packs, but you don't have to ever stitch anything the way we pick or anyone picks. Always feel free to change colors. We do the thread packs as because people like it. Mandalee asks, on the Chicken Club, has anyone figured out how big it would be if it was stitched all together? So the stitch count is, let's see, 60 by 80. So that would be 180 by 340. It'd probably be 90. Yeah, it'd be really big. You'd have to really like figure out a border. Lori meant them to be standalone, so there is not a setting to put them all together, but I'm sure somebody will. Barley cloth will be back in stock in March. Any of the Lori HOLT cloth is sold out until March. Okay, so now we're going to move to a second club, which is called Stackables, and it is one of my finishes for this month. So I finished it. This I stitched on marbled white pine board, and the fabric is in stock. The wooden paddle is made in Austin, and our next shipment is coming in 1 to 2 weeks because we sold out really fast. So this one, if you're in the club, you get the pattern and the floss, but this is my finish, and I wanted to show you that I finished it. The blog on how to finish on this paddle is coming out on this Thursday, which is tomorrow, January 19th. And this one, Denise glued down. So it's glued down. This grunge fabric is listed on the back. The paddle you can only get at Fat Quarter Shop, but you know, you could finish it on anything you want. And then this was glued down. So Priscilla is finishing these with the bows, and then we're just finishing the bottom part in-house. So February, now you're going to get to see February. It's also a sneak peek, so it's the first time you're going to be able to see it. And this will be part of my Be Mine Stitch Along, and we will talk more about the Be Mine Stitch Along next week. So I haven't started this one. This is so cute. This ribbon is so cute. And then you'll see on Denise's piece, there it's a magnet. Cheryl's piece. So there's a magnet. So hers is interchangeable. So she's going to interchange hers. I'm going to do mine as one. The reason why is I need them to just be done for videos. So this was designed by Brittany. The stitch count is 51 by 167. And I'll show you the colors. And if you're in the club, like if you sign up now, you wouldn't get February. You wouldn't get January. You would have to sign up for that. But if you signed up now, you would start with February. And there are some questions on Stackables that I'm going to get to. Is the bottom basket always have the same configuration? Can we stitch all the baskets? Yes. You can stitch all of this 12 times. It's always the same. And always the same stitch count, same placement, same everything. When am I expecting shipment on the 28 count white even weave and mounting board? The fabric probably 2 to 3 weeks, and the mounting board would be in about 1 to 2 weeks. am I considering a fabric pack of grunge for the Stackables? No, and the reason why is we're still designing throughout the year, and grunge, we haven't finished all of them. So until we could guess, but we like it to be a match. So until Cheryl has stitched all 12 and we've mounted all 12, because I can't tell you how many times we get to finishing and then we're like, oh, that looks really bad, scrap. So at the end of the year, maybe. But for now, no, because we don't have all of that. And then I hope y'all love this one. It's so cute. I can't wait to stitch it. So that is Stackables. And then the temperature chart. So I did this morning, which is why it's not ironed. So this is stitched through yesterday. So I am stitching with the hot range, and then what I do is I just fill in everything, mark it off. I'm still kind of going, it's still in the green. I think the yellow looks so funny sticking out, but I think it's gonna look good once I keep going. And let's see, I'm gonna show some of your progress. So you can see, like, I'm mostly green, blue. Let's see what other people are. Science and Stitching, she says, finally I'm getting some winter temperatures in northeastern Pennsylvania. So hers is also very aqua. Stitcher 1453, she's got blue. That's so funny. Hers looks really good. And then Fabric and Thread Adventures, I chose Hot Zone because I live in Florida, and I chose Morning Lows so there would be more colors. Now I am beginning to wonder about these choices. I hit my lowest dark color this AM. I also decided to travel across the top instead of down. I think it looks cute. And then the 502 Stitcher, week 2 of temperature cross stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop. We had temperatures ranging from 30 to 62 in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm doing the high temperature based on the hot range given in the pattern. And she's also got lots of greens and blues. And then this is Jennifer Copaz Ruse, stitched through January 13th. I'm using the wide temperatures, stitching on 18 count Aida. She's stitching 2 strands over 1, and hers also is kind of the same colorway. So it's funny, even though all of us are doing different, it's all coming out pretty similar. And then the Red Thimble, she says, my first temperature chart is temperature cross stitch. I'm excited about this new stitch along. The Fat Quarter Shop team has worked really hard to prepare the stitch along with all the necessary information and documentation to be able to write down our city of choice. Temperature, it's not complicated at all, well done. She selected the average temperature in the hot range. It's going to be an experience to see Pensacola weather in different colors. Super cute. Thank you for sharing. And she has the Farm Fresh egg drops. So really fun. And I'm just stitching on 25 count cloud or 25 count white. I kind of feel like maybe I should have done something different. Like I should have used one of the fabric flares because I just love the fabric flare so much. So there is mine, and I'll just show it to you. I'll probably show you in 2 weeks just because I don't want to show you every week. But another thing I'm doing is, like, I'm putting the date here so that I can keep track of what I'm doing, because I'm a spaz in terms of my memory. I do so many things, I just can't remember everything. So that's kind of what I've been stitching. Now I'm going to show you Cheryl's. So this is exciting. Cheryl started Glitter Village. She's stitching on 32 count Desert Opalescent Lugana. She's using the called for floss with the exception of the metallic. She hasn't decided what thread she will use for that yet. She's stitching in 1 piece, 2 strands over 2 squares. And this fabric, finally came back in stock. It literally was on order for like 9 months. I'm not kidding. So I don't know how long it's going to last, and I don't know if we order it how long it's going to take to come. But this is 32 count Desert Opalescent Lugana, and it has the metallic woven in, so it will not flake off. So it's just woven in, and it's more of a bluish, aqua-ish white. Kind of, man, has a tint of, it's got kind of a lot of colors, the opalescent, kind of, depending on what angle you look at, it could be green, blue, or white. But really cute. So I am like loving this, and it almost makes me want to like restart, because mine is, I'm using the linen and it has not gone that well. So, okay, I'm going to answer questions before I show you a bunch of frame finishes. What 14 count fabric would be a good match for Lori's Barley for the Chicken Club? Beautiful beige. I can't seem to find a conversion chart for DMC to Aurifloss. Okay, all you have to do is Google DMC conversion to Aurifloss, and you'll find them. There's not an official one, because why would DMC put out an official chart that goes from their floss so that you could buy it from someone else? Aurifloss also doesn't have an official one that I know of, so you just kind of have to Google. Now, of course, you have to remember, if you buy the DMC and the Aurifloss, they're not the same. They are going to be different. Could Kimberly tell me the case she uses for her Halo Go? That'd be wonderful. I need one, because Cheryl told me which one she uses, and I never bought it. And I keep breaking mine, because I have boys that have huge basketball bags and they just throw it on my light. So I do need to get one, so I don't have one right now. I'm figuring out borders on houses on Peppermint Lane. I love the changes in thread. I purchased the pack, but found out on the live stream there is not enough. There is not enough what? The thread pack should have enough. And if you run out, it's a starter pack. When I started that, I started with a starter pack. If you have to buy, you just have to buy additional. There should be enough for a majority of it, but because we're stitching it 1 month at a time, I cannot predict. We did count the number of stitches in every color. And we're also stitching it on individually. We're not stitching the borders, so that, like, if you're going to add the borders and all that, we didn't calculate that in. Do I wash my pieces after stitching? No. Oh, Lori said, I have friends who are stitching all of the chickens individually, and instead of framing them, making them into pillows and putting them all together for display in a tray. Oh, super cute. Sabrina, do you know how big the temperature heart would be on 14 count Ada? So you could put the stitch count in our Fat Quarter Shop cross stitch calculator, and it will give you that info. It shouldn't be too much different. When does the April month to month come out? I just bought all the ones available and want to make sure I don't get the ones not available yet. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't think she showed it on Saturday's video, so probably pretty soon though. Probably in about 2-3 weeks, because March just came out. Roberta asked, what size do you recommend we cut the fabric for each piece? So that's a personal preference. I would use our cross stitch calculator and in there put the size of border, but I would say generally 2 inches around all sides or 3 inches around all sides, and that calculator can help you with that. Kimberly, can you tell me how much red you need if you were putting the name on there? I would say probably 2 skeins. Carol Walls, can you please share the SKUs and sizes of the frames you got at Home Goods for the month-to-month series from Stitching with the Housewives? Yes. The company is called Shabby Chic. I do know that, and it just says it in the like in the window. It'll say Shabby Chic, and I have different ones. So, oh yeah, good. So it says Shabby Chic. So that's the company. So you'll see that logo. But all of mine are different. So when I go, I just grab what they have. I have not seen small frames there in several months. Now, I haven't been there in about 2 weeks, though, so maybe I'll have to go this weekend. I always go to the frame aisle, and Emma's like, you've already bought all the frames. Yes, I know I've already bought all the frames. I'm going to buy some more just to annoy you. So, there, I don't know if there, let's see what it says. I don't think there's like a SKU number. I think they just put these on the shelf, but they all are this company, and they all are 4x4. So I just grab what's on the shelf. I don't know if they sell them online or not. Okay, so now I'm going to show you framed finishes. I had all of these, Lori had all of these framed for me at Craft Center in Salt Lake City. So if you live there, you can get your stuff framed there. That's where Lori gets all of her stuff. If it's custom framed, that's where she gets it framed. So I'm going to show you 4 pieces that I just got back yesterday. The first one is Fall on the Farm by Little House Needleworks, and it's all 9 patterns following, I just put 3 stitches between all of the borders. And one thing that I did different, let's see. Okay. So these 4 had different frames, borders designed. They had circle borders. But when I was doing this, I wanted to have all my frames done, and I love it. It's probably one of the changes I love the most. So I just went with, when I was getting antsy on part 1, I just did all of my frames. So I did the frames different, and I put 3 stitches in between. This is 16 count Beautiful Beige by Witchell, and I used the called for colors, and I think I changed a few of the colors. So like half the colors are the same, half are different, and you'll see like here I left the eyes off the farmers. So I think I tried to put the eyes on and they looked bad. So I did do the sign here and back stitch, but it looks really great. I love the frame. So that's the first one. The next 3 are all designed by Lori Holt, and these are all ginormous. So the first one is Vintage Housewife. And I wanted to do a frame that was not white, because I felt like if I put white here, I don't know, I just feel like it wouldn't stand out against this red. So this one, Lori actually, I think, picked the frame. It's a wooden frame, and it does not have a gloss on it. And this I stitched on the Cloud 25 count Lugana, and I used all the called for DMC. I didn't make any changes, and I did do all the back stitches here. And this one was really fun. I don't know where I'm going to put this, because the only thing that I do on here is that I sew. That's it. I don't cook. I don't iron. Well, I do type. I do watch TV. Hey, maybe this is my row. I do like to clean, actually. I love to clean. So really cute. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put it. So you guys are going to have to send ideas. I'm not sure where to put it, but I definitely want to hang it somewhere. So I have to find a place for it. And I'm going to put this here and then show you the original. So the original was stitched by Cheryl. It's going to go to Lori today or tomorrow. This is 25 count, same. So we use the same fabric, same floss. Everything's the same. So you can see it does come out. Let me see. It's exactly the same. And so this is a frame. The information on this frame is on the back of the pattern, but this is how Lori finished hers. And since she did white, I did blue, so they're different. And now this can go home to Lori. And then she'll show it to you on her FlossTube. And the next one is Autumn Love. So this is the one that I have finished the most recently. This was the one I stitched in October, November of 2022. And I finished it about 3 days before I went to get it framed. This one is the biggest. It's ginormous. So pretty. So this is stitched on the 25 count barley that we talked about was sold out, but it's coming back in March. And I used all the called for DMC. And Lori picked this frame. It's very rustic. It's like not a soft finish. It's very rustic. But this one I love. Oh my gosh. So cute. And it did the same thing. I used all the called for DMC. That's funny. You just do not iron, just not clothes. I do iron, but just not clothes. Yeah, that's true. I do iron fabric. Oh, hold on. I'm going to try to show both. So this is mine. And this is the one Cheryl finished. Cheryl stitched, Lori finished, and this is a Hobby Lobby frame. So this one, and the information on this frame is on the back of the pattern. So we're going to mail this to Lori also. You can hang it near your kitchen. I could, but my kitchen is white and yellow and gray. So I don't know. I don't know. My kids are probably going to make fun of me. They're going to be like, I don't know why you have this in here. You don't do any of this. Okay, and then this was the first out of all of them that I stitched. This is Flea Market Baskets, and same thing, stitched on DMC, no changes. Also stitched on called for fabric, which was 25 count Cloud Lugana. And this one I framed exactly like Lori's. So she had hers professionally framed, and we just said frame it exactly the same. So this one will definitely have to hang. I'm thinking this one will go in my sewing room. I'm running out of space to put. And then, just so you guys know, I picked out some frames from my other framer yesterday. So we're going to show you lots of frame finishes tomorrow too. Next week. I don't know what I just said, but next week. And then I'm going to show you how I decorated for Valentine's Day. We kind of talked about it last week. So my tiered tray, obviously copied that from Priscilla and Chelsea, and I never had a tiered tray before I met them, so obviously that is, I stole that idea from them. And these are all stitching with the Housewives PDFs, and let's see, Lots of Love, Delivering Roses, Key to My Heart, Valentine Lane, Be My Valentine, To the Moon and Back, Cookies and Coffee, February 14th, Jar of Roses, and the bottom right is Be My Valentine. So Emma actually decorated it for me, and she was like, Mom, you have too much stuff. That does not look good. And I was like, oh, it looks great. So anyway, that was the first decoration that I did. The second one, I have this long table kind of on the side when you walk in my house, and little truck. I just decorated the truck with little knickknacks from, they're like little flowers and little pillows that are just from like the really cheap section at Michael's. And then this is February Trucking Along. And I will say my table runner, I really need to do one that is Valentine's Day, because I don't have enough table runners, so sometimes they don't match, but I think that looks pretty good. And then this is kind of my center table by one of my couches, and that is from the Well Hello There booklet by Hands on Design. I stitched those like 4 or 5 years ago, and then finished stitching the series this year, and then had all of them framed in a little small frame. And then those are just really inexpensive. Those are from like 3 years ago at Michael's, little bundles of roses, and I have it on a tray. And then that's just a quilt I made at some point in my life. And then I have a couple of Heart in Hand patterns, and they all kind of use the same fabric. So the top left one is called Always. It was a freebie that Heart in Hand put in a newsletter a couple of years ago, and Priscilla finished that one. All of these Priscilla finished. And then the one on the right is a Merry Making Mini Floral Heart. The one on the second row is Yay for Love, also a Merry Making Mini, and those I just had framed. And I'm hoping to do a couple more of the Merry Making Minis with that same fabric, and so I can have like a whole little section for her. And then following up from last week, we had a question, Somebody wanted to know what the color difference on Fiber on a Whim Parchment and Fiber on a Whim Latte. So Latte is lighter and tanner, and Parchment is darker and browner. And speaking of fabric, we finally got this in. So it's all the same manufacturer as that other one. So this is the Minty Green Opalescent 14 count. It's been out of stock forever. And we keep getting calls to customer service. So we were asked to show this so everybody knows it's back in stock. We have a ton of it. But once it's gone, same thing. I don't know how long it's going to take to get more. So this one, it's the same opalescent that is, it's basically sewn in so it does not flake off. It's the same opalescent that's in the other piece that I just showed you of CHERYL'S, and someone's asking what the name of that is. So this is Desert Opalescent. But it's the same, let me see. Yeah, can you zoom in? It's the same exact color of the iridescent. It just looks different because this is even weave and this is Ada. And this was what we used on the series that we did, the Santa Claus, the reindeer, and then the Mrs. Claus. And so just to show you, when you stitch on this, white will show up. And to me, when I look at this, I think Christmas. I also think like Valentine's Day. I think a lot of Primrose Cottage patterns and a lot of Stitching with the Housewife patterns would look good on this. And I'm actually going to get 2 of these. The white truck on my table was probably Home Goods or Michael's, because that's the only place I shop. Speaking of the Heart in Hand Mary Making Minis, we put this on sale today as one of our flash sales. So it is the chart with these little tiny beads. Oops, sorry. And then PDF is now available of Citrus Summer. So now this can go home to the person who made it. And this one's really cool because we used that medallion. Curved tiles is what it's called. And that is what Santa's face was stitched on. Okay, so I wanted to show you, I showed this on my quilting live stream, but I also wanted to show on the cross stitch live stream. So we got a panel in, it's a big white panel. It's called Calico Home Decor Zippy Bags 2 Project Panel. It's designed by Lori Holt. She has instructions here. She also has a video. If you go to the Lori Holt channel, the video is called Project Bag Tutorial, Zippy Bags, and Happy Zippers. It has 4 small panels. So for example, this right here is this, and then this is the back. So you can make this and this. You can make all, there's 4 small. And then what Teresa did, Teresa's the one who made them, is she just picked a different fabric from the Calico collection for the inside, and she just used 1 piece for the inside. So this is one of the bags. And then here are the other 2 you can make that are small, so 4 small. And it is a home deck weight, but it is not the home deck that you would think of from like the 1990s where it's super, super, super thick. It's definitely sewable. And then this one would look really good with Prim Village, which I'm going to show you real quick. If you were stitching this, I think it really matches that. It's really cool because it looks like that's hand stitching. So when Teresa made it, she stitched around it. So it kind of stuck out. And then this is the front, and then this is the back. And then again, she used a different fabric for the inside. Each one has different fabrics on the inside. And the Happy Zippers, Lori has 2 colorways. She has Happy Zippers and then happy zippers too. And they come where, like if you buy a designer bag, most of the time they have 2 zippers, so no matter which way you have it on your body, you can open it. Oh, and then another thing is she put the zipper color that she thinks matches best, so you don't really have to even think. And then these are the other 2. Now she does have other bag panels from previous collection, just this is the new one. This one is called Calico Home Decor Zippy Bags 2 Project Panel. Speaking of Lori, I just wanted to thank everybody. The Unstitcher has probably been the most popular cross-stitch notion we have done yet. People love it. It's getting great reviews. So thank you to everybody. And what I think is great about it is when you unstitch, it's really stiff and it doesn't bend, and I have been bending my needles less because every time I pull stitches out with my needles, I ruin them. So this has been very helpful. And then I wanted to let you know Lori's Prim Village pattern. It used to come packaged with a charm, but now we're selling them separately because we had some requests for people who wanted just the charm. And then this is it stitched, and this is actually mine. I stitched this one on Overcast, 25 count I think. And this is the large frame that we sell. That's Lori Holt's. I don't even know if we still have them in stock, but Lori painted it. Or actually, Mr. Honey painted it. So this actually is in my closet, like by a window. So I have to take this back home. And then I'm going to show you some what's new, and I'll answer any questions. So this week, City Valentine 2 came out. City Valentine 1 came out last week. And then the roundabout that came out today is Be My Valentine, and then there's ones from previous. And then, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. The black ribbon is back in stock. So this is back in stock. And then the red ribbon set is also back in stock. So these are Stitching with the Housewife ribbons, and they're just called black, red, and they're called Stitching with the Housewives ribbons. And black was the first set, red is the second, and we have another color coming called, it's aqua, and it's coming late February. And it's not on the coming soon page, but it will be once we get the final. We want to make sure we take a photo of the ones that are final. And then speaking of Priscilla and Chelsea, I don't know if I've ever shown you all of their fabric at once. So this is Priscilla's Pretty Plaids. These are the original 6 colors. They're thicker plaids. This is Chelsea's Checks, which are smaller, same colors, different scale. So these were the original. And then to complement this, they wanted more colors for, they wanted to have more colors than this. So they added a gold, a seafoam, a green, an orange, and a purple. I can tell you this purple sells like crazy. So these are new complements to the originals. And this is Stitching Housewives Stripes. So we've got blue, red, black, red, blue, orange, red, black. Now, these are what Priscilla and Chelsea like to finish their cross stitches on, because if you go back and watch their videos from the very beginning, like if you go back 3 years, hold on, I'm gonna take a drink. If you go back like 3 years ago, everybody wanted to finish their stuff exactly like Priscilla and Chelsea finished them, but then they couldn't find the fabric. So they now make fabric, quilting fabric with Henry Glass, and I just thought, you know, I should show it all together. So we have it as bundles, we have it as yardage, but if you're looking to finish, Priscilla's are the fatter, Chelsea's are the skinnier, and the stripes are the same. And then other new things that we got Pansy Patch Quilts, Butternut House, and Candy Apple House. And on this one, I am planning to probably do a sew along. It's not final, but I'm thinking about doing it for 2024. And this year, in the Peppermint houses on Peppermint Lane, I'm framing them. And this one, I'm thinking about doing different. So I'll have to get back to you on what I decide. Now that one, just so you know, I'm not going to decide for several months. So don't ask next week what I've decided, because I'm going to have to look at everything in Nashville when we go. And it's going to be a long time before I decide on this. Now, the Collector's Heart comes out every year by Heart in Hand, and it comes out as a kit. So it has the fabric, a button, the button is right here, and this time it has cottage garden thread. So I'm thinking about making this one. Now, of course, if I make it, I'm not going to make it on this fabric, because this is just 32 count linen, and this is last year's. So this is, and these are selling really fast. I have more ordered. If it sells out today, more will be coming. It's already shipped. So it comes and you get all of that. Now the next Heart in Hand patterns are standalone patterns. So I'm going to put them all together. And so the next ones are just patterns. They don't have the extra stuff. Winter White Whirligig, Tweet Hearts, and Perfect Snowman. That's cute. And then one thing that we got a while back that I forgot to tell you guys about. Now, Cosmo Floss, personally, I love. It is very, to me, it's shinier than DMC, and to me, it knots less than DMC. So for me, when I use Cosmo and when I use Aura Floss, I get the least amount of knotting. But just so you know, Cosmo does not sell well for us because most designers don't list it. But we have had so many requests over the years that people want the entire set. So I bought a very, very limited number of sets. One of them is mine. This is mine. So one of them's already gone. But it has all 500, I think it's 510, 501 or 510, one of the two, and it has every Cosmo floss. We did this because we get so many customers who are like, I want all the Cosmo, because it is, if you love it, like if you know, you know. It's kind of one of those things, like if you use it, you know how great it is. But because the skeins don't sell that well individually, we cannot carry all the colors. So we, to make everyone happy, we did a full, it's called Cosmo full set colors. Now it's only the solids. It does not include the variegated. And I gotta find a place for this in my house, I can't wait to take it home. Okay, so now I'm gonna answer questions before we do a giveaway. Will I be getting more of the Stitching with the Housewives farmhouse pattern? Yes. So I've already have it ordered, and the reason it's not online, Chelsea was on a cruise, and so when she got back, she shipped it. So yes, we have it on order. Yes, you can purchase yardage of the Chelsea's checks. And I keep the Priscilla and Chelsea fabric in stock. I always have it on order. It's pretty much, if it's in stock at Henry Glass, it's in stock at Fat Quarter Shop. Lori says the tutorial she did on her channel is the exact same way to sew these bags. I show you all about the lining. I hope this helps. Yes, so if you're gonna buy her bag, follow her tutorial, which is kind of what we did. We just did different quilting, but we wanted to make some, we're gonna make all 6, but Teresa's super busy doing other samples. So she's gonna do like two every other week so she can space it out. Do these use different zippers than the first? Yes. So the first zippers I think were called Happy Zippers. And the second zippers are called Happy Zippers 2. So the first ones were brighter colors and the second one are more muted. And we have really good photos of them online. Can you recommend a 14 count for the collector's kit heart? Yes. If I stitch it, I'm going to do it on 25 count vintage country mocha or 14 count vintage country mocha. But one of the questions in the chat, Denise and I are going to have to look up, is what fabric did I use on the other heart and hand patterns? 28 count wheat Lugana. So because I've already used 28 count wheat Lugana, I'm going to use 28 count wheat for that one when I make it. I'm gonna cut a little piece today because we have a little stash of it, and then stitch it. Will I be getting pink ribbon? So that's up to Priscilla and Chelsea. What we do is we do one color at a time, and then if it sells, we keep it in those. We keep it in the rotation. If it's not a good seller, we're gonna cut it from the rotation, just like anything else. So I don't know what their plan is after Aqua, but we do one at a time. Can you recommend the best light and magnifier? Yes. So at home, I use Omega magnifier. Let me look it up and see. I have it in my office here too. I have it at home in an office. Omega 3.5 magnifier. And the only disadvantage I would say is it gets hot. So I like to be warm, but sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sweating. How about leading to your sewing room or outside of the sewing room? Yeah, that's a great idea, except we have nothing on our walls. Kevin does not like, Kevin likes everything very plain. If Kevin didn't marry me and he married someone else, his house would be very modern and very minimalistic. He would have nothing. Like if I died or something and there would be no decorations anywhere. He does not, he thinks it's all just too much. So it's not going on the wall because it'll drive him crazy. Oh, the ETA on the heritage needles. Yes, February, March. The reason why I got an answer back was they ran out of the material, like whatever the needle is made out of, they ran out of it. So they're just waiting for that to come back. So that is the delay. If Kimberly uses 28 count Lugana, does she go over 2? Yes. Diane, are you going to get more Plum Street this happy morning? Okay, can you email me that and I'll order them? Chicken Club, will all 12 chickens have the same stitch count? They have about the same stitch count. So one might have like one extra width, one extra, but they're about the same. What size do the bags finish at? I can measure them. And of course it's gonna count on like how tight you do your quilting lines, and also like how much of a seam allowance you use. But can you grab me a ruler product, please? And then, oh, I forgot to say, these are the tabs that go. So let's see. 8.5 by 9. So cute. I get to take these home now. And I wanted you to look at the quilting. So she did different quilting here and different quilting here. And Teresa made these. Jordan, it doesn't go all the way. 13.5. Oh, this one does. And 11.5. And then, yeah, does Vintage Country Mocha come in 16 count? Yes, it does. Okay, so today we are giving, I'm going to take that away so I don't accidentally try to give that away because it's mine. We're going to give away 3 sets of the gingham thread bling and 1 gingham thread bling and 1 farm fresh eggs to 3 people. So 6 total, but each person gets 1. And you have to comment today and let me know, do you like IHOP better or do you like Waffle House better? And then I'm gonna take some of my employees there wherever you vote. So it's important. Make sure you vote.